Welcome to my channel, Lake to Chuck with Lake to Lake. Thanks for joining. Today, we're going to review this 12-volt Furrion refrigerator. Be our third year with it. I'm going to give you a review of it, what I think of it. I'm going to give you some how-tos, some things that most people don't realize go on with these. And I'm going to give you a couple tips. And one of these tips is a game changer, so hang on till the end so you get to see it. Now, we all know with the 12-volt batteries, they're energy efficient. I'm sorry. With the 12-volt refrigerators, they're energy efficient. They run off the batteries. If you have a fully charged battery, you don't have to be hooked up to shore power. You don't have to be hooked up to a generator. It just cools, and so far, that's what we've seen. And the nice thing about this one, it fits perfectly. It's perfect for my wife and I when we go camping. It's the perfect size for a couple. It's not too big, it's not too small. My wife does tend to overpack it, but you know what? That's just the way life is. The nice thing about it is, as opposed to just a cooler, I'm talking about one of those ice coolers, it does keep things cold. You don't have to worry about them spoiling. You don't have to worry about anything spilling out like in a cooler. You don't get in the ice. And you can make ice. We store our ice in the freezer, and that's a nice feature to have. This refrigerator is quiet. I'm going to tell you, it does not make a lot of noise. I don't know if you can hear it now. I've had it open and closed the last few minutes. It's raining outside, so you may hear a little bit of rain coming down, but I can't do anything about that. It's just that time of the year. But it is quiet. It's durable. We've hauled this several thousand miles down bumpy roads, and it works like a champ. We get to where we're going, freezer still frozen, cooler, the bottom part, the cooler parts, it works good. The stuff's cold. Can't complain about that. It just works. We do have some temperature controls with this model. If you go off-grid, there has an off-grid setting. So if you don't have any shore power, or if you have a short-term time where you only have shore power, you can charge up the batteries, run this when you're up to shore power through the converter, or you can run it off the batteries, whichever way you need to do it. That's kind of the highlights of a refrigerator, which everybody knows what a good refrigerator is. But now let's get into the nitty-gritty of this unit. First, we start out, here's the freezer. Nothing special. This does have some shelves that are adjustable. I'll show you. You pop out this little cap here, and you adjust the screws on both sides. The shelf comes out and slides back in. Good size freezer for two people. This part of the fridge, it's big. Again, it's got the adjustable shelves. As you can see, these tabs, I pulled this tab out. These two screws come out. Shelf comes out, slides back in. It's worked good for us. It's got good storage. It's reliable. It hasn't failed us. I know I see a few reports, people saying, well, you know, blah, blah, blah. Well, there's a very few minor maintenance things that you got to be careful of. And we'll get to those here in a minute. One of the maintenance things on this is a charcoal air filter that circulates the air, pulls the moisture out. I buy these off of Amazon. I'll put a link to them. They're simple. They're cheap. I don't know if you really need to replace them, but we do. We try and replace them every year. Another thing we need to talk about is the settings. And we always keep ours set right here. That seems to keep the food in the bottom from freezing and keeps us frozen up top. It does do a good job even in the summertime when it's 100 degrees out. As long as we got the air conditioner going, this thing will keep it cool. Now, I don't know about if we got down and it was 100 degrees in here, how well it would work, because we've never tried it. But it has all the amenities of a small refrigerator and freezer. It's got the air filter. It's got the adjustment. There is an off-grid mid setting right here, and I'll put a better picture of it here. Is there? That's for off-grid. The longest I've gone with it off-grid is 24 hours, and it worked just fine. Didn't have any problems. But when we're plugged in, I like to keep it right there. The other thing I've done is I did replace this top here, and you can write on it. To do, these just pop off. I went down to Walmart and bought a magnetic easel, and so you can write on it, or we put it up. Sometimes we'll put the phone numbers of where we're staying, or we'll put the address of where we're going, or the county we're in, depending on where we're going, or the state lake we're staying at, or wherever we're staying. So if there's any bad weather, we don't have to search around and say, hey, is that us? Is that going to affect us? Blah, 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 whatever. But this is we did add this. Okay. So we talked about how to change the filter, how to set the temperature correctly. And it does run on off our 12-volt batteries. We have a pretty good, healthy 12-volt battery bank. So that does keep us. Now here's the one tip that's going to make your life good. And I need to point out a couple things. Number one, this bottom shelf does not go all the way back. Let's see if I can get a good picture of that for you guys. This bottom shelf does not go all the way back. And because it does not go all the way back, that allows, or what we have done, is I have this battery-powered beach lane fan. And what I do is I set it, turn it on, and I set it in the very back on the bottom so that it blows up behind that gap in the glass, and it'll go all the way to the top, and it's quiet, and it'll run for about 3 days on one battery charge. Now the other thing I've done is I bought this charger, and what this charger does is I have an extra set of batteries, and I just plug them in and charge them so that when those batteries run down, I just plop these in and I just replace the batteries. Say these last about 3 days in there. And this has been a difference maker. In the past, occasionally on the back wall, if something was touching it, it might freeze. We've had frozen eggs before we learned about where to set the thermostat correctly. Now, and unfortunately, part of that's my wife's fault, and she blames it on me for not educating her. She's one of these people that goes, it's too cold. She turns it down, almost off. Then she says, it's too hot. And then she turns it all the way to as cold as it'll go. Try and convince her that's not the way to do it. But you know what? She's the boss. So I put a mark here. That's what that little black arrow on there was for. That was to show her where it needs to be set. This right here, that shows her where it needs to be set. And if she leaves it there, we're just fine. And there you can see the fan that I set in the back. And you can see, here's the gap I was talking about. The air flows up and it circulates. And again, we did find if we put things touching this back wall, they do have a tendency to freeze. That fan has eliminated it completely. We have not had that problem, and we used that all last year. That's a tip from another YouTuber I saw. So anyway, there's my tip. All in all, we're very happy with this thing. I would not have a propane-based refrigerator freezer in my coach. In fact, I do believe that the industry is trying to get rid of propane, and this is just one of the steps by getting these 12-volt refrigerators. I've also noticed, getting rid of propane, I've noticed some induction cooktops where they're getting rid of the gas stove and range. And generally when they have an induction cooktop, what I've noticed also, the trend is to go to a microwave that is also a convection oven. I think that'll wrap this one up. A lot of people don't talk about these 12-volt refrigerators, but I felt we've had such good luck with it, and it's been a game changer for us. We don't have to worry about burning propane. If it's cold, you know, and we want to use propane to heat, we don't have to worry about cooling our refrigerator. It works going down the road. You don't have to worry about your propane being on as you're driving down the road, keeping your refrigerator cold and your freezer cold. So it's just a game changer. Well, I hope you appreciated this video. If you did, would you give me a thumbs up? I really would appreciate this. Put it in the comments down below. Was it good? Was it bad? Was it okay? And I really, if you liked it, please subscribe. That would help me out immensely. I'm trying to get this little channel going, and I'm having more fun than I am anything else. But anyway, until we meet around the campfire, y'all take care now. Bye-bye.